What up, people? Josh Pono, First Class Real Estate SD. Wanted to give you some information. So I spend a lot of time talking to a lot of people. So the major investors that were buying 40, 60 properties, having conversations with the people that are acquiring the properties, what the inventory is like, what properties are coming to the market, talk to people in mastermind groups, and you know all the big names and the fantastic teams. We've got access to all that stuff. And interesting thing happened. Here's a story. This is very important to understand because we are in a shifting market. And if you're a seller, you're a buyer, you're an agent, there's all kinds of different conversations on what you should be doing or what you should be paying attention to. But if you are an agent, and if you are on a team where they've been promising you leads, or maybe you've been getting some, every single team leader. So there's a mastermind, a huge mastermind that just got put on by the Whitley guys, and they had a ton of top producers. Whitley is a social media company. Grant Wise, one of the brilliant minds in social media. He has been ahead of the curve for a long time about how to attract agents. Dylan over at Whitley is fantastic. And we've had a ton of different mastermind sessions on how to attract clients. And here's the interesting bullet points that were taken away from the company at this mastermind where people were paying thousands of dollars to go to. So number one, what was interesting is that even great agents are feeling pain that some of the lower producing agents are. In regards to right now, because of interest rates rising drastically in the last 10 days and seeing rates that we haven't seen in 20 years, there's opportunity, by the way, but for this topic, we'll stay focused. We haven't seen these rates in 20 years, right? And the prices have never been higher. So we are in this place where we're going to start to see some different scenarios. And we've already been doing that for about 60 days. It's going to get even more so accelerated over the next 90 days. We'll see what happens with rates. They go up, they go down. But lately, they have not been showing signs of relief. A little bit today, but overall, the picture is there's some clouds coming. Let's just put it that way. There's some clouds coming. Maybe there's a little bit of drizzle right now. It's a little dark out there. So with that being said, though, what was interesting to me, and it makes complete sense, and it's totally predictable, is that right now all the leads of the buyers that were on the fence, or the buyers that have been going through turmoil of writing 15, 20 offers, they are at this point now where they're starting to sit. And that's not necessarily the best move depending on their personal situation. Most agents do not have the skills to properly advise people of where the best deals are. And just so you know, there's not deals to be had everywhere, but there are some really great deals that are happening. With that being said, one of the unanimous things that were going on is team leaders, brokers, competing brokers, people that are generating leads and handing them off to agents. Their funnels are drying up, okay? And all these Zillow Flex programs and Rise and OpCity and all these different referral programs where they've been fat and happy. Why give the agents the leads and charge them $500 when we can get a $12, $15 an hour cold caller, do a little bit of screening, get them on the line. That's all we really got to do. Get them on the line, pass them off to the agent. The agent pays us 35%, plus we charge them $300 to $500 a month. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just call me, text me. I'll explain this in more detail. But the reality is the leads are drying up in comparison to the last 12 to 24 months where the demand was at the all-time high with the lowest interest rates ever. So all these team leaders and brokers and competing brokers and people that are generating leads, they're all scrambling and they're all looking at what agents can we kick off, which ones aren't producing. And the team leaders, it was a unanimous thing inside the private masterminds that they were talking about is we're now looking at the agents that are producing, the ones that are following up with the leads, and the other ones, sorry, we're not sorry, we've got to cut you out. And so that's very, very important to know because here's the reality. 90% of all agents, you get your business from your sphere. You actually don't need these people. You don't need these teams. We're in the age of information. You want to learn how to do Facebook ads? Google it. There are thousands of realtors right now that are doing social content to grab your attention, to show you what they're doing, and they're willing to give it to you because if we can give you something for free, then you're going to come over here, right? And it's a model that works. Not knocking the model, but the reality is you have changes happening in your industry. Your costs at these teams that are handing off leads, if you're not their top producers, if you're not their steady Eddie, like for example, I was on Brian Kane's team. I was converting leads 5 times higher than anybody else based on lead conversion skills, sales skills. Why would he, as a business owner, ever give anybody else on that team first dibs on the best deals because of some sort of sense of duty? Or no, this is not a democracy, it's business. And so the best performers are going to get the leads, and the team leaders, everybody's going to tighten their belt. They're doing it. So it's interesting to see and know that this is happening on the inner circles. Know that this is coming. Demand's not going to go up. Less people are looking on the internet more than 60 days ago. Mortgage application, which is the leading indicator of demand, is down. And so, look at where you're at, right? Because if you're not looking at where you're at right now, then chances are you're going to get blindsided. Now, by the way, if you're one of those agents on the team, fantastic. Great work. You've worked hard. You've rode the wave of the success that's been great for this market, and stay where you're at. That's great. But what concerns me is agents in this moment. I was consulting agents in 2010, 11, and 12. I was selling websites to agents in 2010. You want to talk about bleak and desperation and all that stuff? I know what agents tend to do. And most of them tend to just sit back and say, it's going to go okay. You know what, this market, well, people still got to buy. Wrong mentality. Wrong mentality. It's not the time to panic. It's not the time to be nervous. It's the time to be confident and go in, because this is a huge opportunity, because there are going to be thousands of agents that leave our area, without a doubt. Okay, and if you're not spending time right now going, how do I master conversations? How do I follow through with getting somebody to the finish line? If there were 10 leads every single month for you 6 months ago, there might be 3 leads. If you've got a 40% conversion rate, you may only get one opportunity. That buyer still might not buy. It might just be a buyer that is going to buy in the next 12 months. So look at where you're at. Are you satisfied with the people around you? Do they teach you how to convert leads at the ultimate rate? Most of them don't. And the trainers that they have, they're good. They're okay. But has your business doubled or tripled? Has your skills massively grown? Are they handing you business? Are they investing in leads coming in for you where you don't have to pay a 35% rate? Are they planning for the future? Are they competing against you? What are they doing? What are they doing? You don't need me. You don't need them. You don't need anybody. You just need to have a plan of what to do. You need to act on it. You need to implement. You need to execute. And you need to completely revamp your business and not rest on your laurels. Let's not be like the grasshopper mocking the ants in the summer for their hard work, because winter will be here sooner or later. Maybe it's 6 months. Maybe it's 12 months. Maybe it's yesterday. We don't know. But in my opinion, anybody that's sitting around saying, this will blow over, it'll be fine, next spring will be good, you're leaving yourself, your dreams, your business at risk. Okay? People are changing the way leads are. Anyway, I've ranted long enough. I'll give you a little thing of don't watch this if you don't want to talk about something for a few minutes. If you stayed around, thank you for your attention. I know that you got a ton of people just scratching and clawing, and just wanted to make sure people were aware of what's going on in some of these inner circles, and it's a really exciting time. There's a lot of opportunity around you. You just got to look up. You got to decide where your biggest return on, and here's a hint: it's in the people that you already do business with. Okay, there are opportunities in this market. You just got to be able to educate them in the right way and know where to look, and you'll be fine. And then when it turns, you'll be even better than fine. Be well. Josh Pono, First Class Real Estate SD.